Hello, welcome. This video is going to be about parallel universe. So let's talk about the alternate universe theory a little bit here for a minute, because I think this is really important because you're important, because you're a part of the universe and you fill the universe up. And that's what starts this discussion because, as you start to get into the concept of the higher self, in all reality, there are many higher selves, and what many people are referring to as the higher self is what is called the oversoul. So many people are having trouble understanding even just that. So to kind of make it a little bit easier, you have, when you move your hand like this, the light reflects and you could see many different versions of your hand. Well, your aura, your spirit, your soul is the same way. So just as you have your third dimension, there's also you in the fourth dimension, which goes by a totally different name. And then there's another one in the fifth dimension that goes by a totally different name. And so on until you get all the way up to the highest dimension where the oversoul is. And that oversoul is the ultimate higher self. But all those versions of you that are in the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and so on are like higher selves because they're higher than the dimension that you're in. And they have more access to more things, spiritual and otherwise. But here's where things get a little bit trickier, and I don't want to confuse you all because you're all still very much learning still about what I've given you so far. But all of those versions of you that you have in those dimensions, there are also versions of in other universes. And this is how that comes to be. You see, in a lot of the different sacred writings, I don't have a religion. I do a lot of Kabbalistic teachings. I look into, all different types of mysticism, any kind of theology, all types of things. I kind of pulled everything all together from all of the different teachings in the world and picked what was true from my experience when I was in the celestials. And that's what I've, based this whole entire thing for all of you on. That's what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this for all of you, not for me. I already know. But anyhow, in some of those writings, it talks about, and I'm saying it like this so that you can even research this if you want to, but it talks about how the waters were separated from the waters, and then the firmament was made, and then the land and the seas. So there's water being separated from water, then the sky is made, and then the land and the seas. So what that's telling me right there is that there was an indication of how the Creator made all of the universes right in front of everyone's eyes, but they just missed it. He was talking about the bubble theory, the universe multiverse theory being in bubbles. Those are the waters because, like I said in my previous video, water is like an atmosphere to us, when it's huge like it is in space. Just like if you were to stick a small little bug in the ocean, it wouldn't be like water to them. It would be like a vapor or a gas. And it's the same for us because we're so very small in this vast universe. And all of those universes are very, very small in comparison to what's further out. So all of those multiple universes in the bubble theory, you not only have those layers of yourself in these dimensions, but you also have a version of you in another universe with many other layers through the dimensions of that universe as well. So I know it's very confusing, but there's alternate yous. There are versions of you living in every dimension in every single universe with a different name, doing something totally different, perhaps something that you've even dreamed of doing now because you are connected to those versions of no matter where they are, because it's like a web of energy. That's the Akasha. And, the Akashic records that I offer on my website are just this journey basically, because it would take like 10 novels to basically explain all of those different versions of you and all of the different lives that they've had. I mean, it would take me forever to work on just one person, or even maybe not even be able to finish that. So I offer, the portion of you that is here now in this universe and on its very first journey. But I am offering readings on, yourself in a parallel universe, on an alternate universe. What are you doing? Who are you? What's your name? Are you living out those dreams that you have now? Because a lot of your imagination will be based on the different alternate versions of you. As a child, you may have thought of being a race car driver or an actress or a pop star, some celebrity, or a scientist, or it goes on and on and on. Your dreams were, and you could have grown up doing something totally different here. But where do you think you got those ideas from? You got those ideas from all of the many layers of you that are in this web, this Akasha, throughout not just this universe, but throughout all of the, universes that exist. So there are many versions of you, and it's important to get in touch with them, and the whole point is to get started with working on connecting to those layers of yourself within this universe, so that you can, eventually connect back to the oversoul, and then you could start connecting, the dots with those other versions. And finally, you will have done everything, and you'll be able to move on and forward wherever it is that you're going to go in your journey, which I wish you the very best of luck and love on. And look it up: multiverse theory, bubbleverse, alternate realities. It's very real, and you are there.